Sakura, Sakura, Sakura. From all the timelines, her only real arc was that one in Heaven's Feel and that Lick movie in Prisma Ilia. So basically, she's not too well known. But at the same time, her few scenes and relevance in other Fate franchises made her extremely popular. And to be fair, Sakura had no presence in Prisma Ilia until 3-way. Let's get this review started. Her first equip is a 6-star magic slot where you put her true weapon for the free 2 APS, or if you would rather not and want to nuke with her instead, any magic resistance reduction would be best for her, as she already reduces a lot of dark resistance. Her second equip slot is a 5-star defense, where you could put whatever here to sustain, which suggests you could run her in some sort of sustain comp. Her third equip slot is a 4-star magic slot, where Rosetta's Pario is best here, and at Limit Break 7 you gain a 4-star support, which is much better than the 4-star magic slot. I wouldn't really recommend Limit Breaking 7 her, but if you find yourself using her often, it's not a bad idea. Onto her kit. Her skill deals 2000% dark magic damage and increases own arch by 30 on a 12-second CT. Solid skill arch gen. 30 is on the low side though. Her arch deals 28,000% dark magic damage and increases all allies' arch by 20 and has a 90% chance of inflicting blind on enemies for 15 seconds. High damage for a normal arch and provides a decent instant arch gen for the team along with a niche blind ability. Overall solid arch when providing support, though 20 is on the lower side. Her true arch deals 65,000% dark magic damage, and for 30 seconds she increases all allies' magic damage by 150% and magic resistance by 30%. Actually incredibly solid true art for general usage. The magic damage is a solid amount for a true art, and the magic res can help a lot with sustaining magic damage stages. This also stacks with general damage resistance buffs, so this is pretty cool. Her super arch deals 160,000% dark magic damage, and for 30 seconds she reduces the enemy's dark resistance by 150%, and if the enemy was blinded beforehand, 200% instead. Overall, really good super arch damage support. You could get away with just dark damage in general, as her true art isn't necessarily needed at all. By the way, this 150% is on the higher end of res down for no requirement at all, and for the 200% requirement, most bosses don't even have blind resistance, making it really easy to fulfill it, unlike a unit like Luana. First ability increases the leader's damage by 150% and arch by 5 per second. This is really solid. I'd recommend setting your DPS as leader to take advantage of this passive for the free 5 APS, along with the 150% damage at all times. This passive is basically Mammon and Diablo's unique passives merged together. Mammon's damage and Diablo's arch gen, but only for the leader, kind of thing. Her second ability increases her own blind resistance by 100%. It's a niche ability, but hey, at least she won't be getting her accuracy reduced. Her third ability increases her damage against humans by 50%. Also a niche ability, but 50% damage up isn't bad, as her buffs and multipliers are high enough so that she can deal some decent damage. Her true weapon deals 8,000% dark magic damage, and for 10 seconds she reduces enemies' dark resistance by 30%. And if she's human, 50% instead, on a 50-second CT. Overall, this ability is really good for nuking, basically a true Nemesis Crow. The first ability increases her attack by 40% and arch by 2 per second. You'd run this mainly for that 2 APS, but if you don't need it and would prefer a nuke with a 60% res down equip, that's also not a bad idea. The second ability also increases her attack by 5%, which can be disregarded, but it's cool. For crest recommendations, I recommend something like equip CT recovery, attack up, arch gauge up, as she's probably going to be some sort of like sustained damage support. As for team recommendations, I recommend her on a dark oriented team lineup, preferably a magic DPS along with her for that juicy damage. Characters like Halloween Forte, Gamagori, and Demon Lord Rimuru all work well with her. Overall, Summer Sakura is an amazing dark support unit, and can even work off of dark due to her leader passive. Her true arts provides both damage and sustain capabilities, making it usable anywhere as long as the enemies deal magic damage. She'll probably go right up in like tier 1 on our tier list. You can check out our full tier list on our Discord whenever we finish it, but yeah. So next up here are the equips. Her first equip is a 5-star magic equip, Sakura Mata Swimsuit, which deals 5,000% dark magic damage, and for 15 seconds it increases her own magic damage by 60%, and for the first time it increases arch by 80 on a 45-second CT. Overall, great equip for quick arch gen, good for nuking, multiplayer lobbies, and farming, which is really good. Her second equip is a 5-star defense equip, Sakura Mata's Uniform, and for 15 seconds it increases allies' light resistance by 30%, and when used for the first time, it increases human allies' arch by 20 on a 30-second CT. Unfortunately, it isn't a 20-second duration or 45% damage res equip, but the human allies arts allow for a little nuking, possibly a better version of Guild's Flag from Fairy Tail. Well, that about summarizes our guide on Sakura. So yeah, definitely summon on this banner, as both Summer Mew and Sakura are amazing. Also, technically she has a third equip, gotcha equip, but not really. But it's actually a farmable equip. But given that it's a part 3 farmable equip, it won't be here until Chloe and Bazette are out. And we'll cover that equip in one of those guides. So peace out.